If you have a race coming up, or if you have just raced over the weekend or recently and you're trying to figure out when you should hop back into your training, this video is going to be for you. Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm the personal trainer and running coach at Kathletics. Here at Kathletics, we're all about meeting you where you are in your fitness so you can approach hybrid training in a sustainable way. Now, in my last couple of videos, I discussed what my training looked like and my prep for the trail half marathon that I did at the end of August. So today I thought it'd be a great idea to go over how I'm approaching the post-race training and what that looks like, how long I recovered for, how long I'm resting, etc. Now, before we get into it, be sure to hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any of our hybrid training videos. Now, if you watched the prior two videos, you know that I took about 12 to 16 weeks to train for this half marathon. Now, I've had several years of experience with training, so taking 12 to 16 weeks, I was able to really focus on the specificity of half marathon training. Now, with that in mind and having years of experience with training, that is something you want to consider when I talk about the recovery process for me. So my race was on a Saturday, and after that, honestly, I felt great after the race. I felt great the day after. I obviously knew I needed to recover and rest, so I did make sure to prioritize my sleep, my rest, my fuel, all of the things in order to help my recovery process in the following days. Now, on day two, honestly, I felt like I could do something. Day two, I felt like if I wanted to, I probably could go for a run. If I wanted to, I could go for a lift. But I chose not to. Again, I don't have anything that's pressing. I'm going to be starting High Rocks training in about a week from when I'm taking this video, but I don't have anything pressing where the half marathon was a race that I wanted to train for. It's not like it was a training race where I have another A-list race, so my number one race coming in the next few weeks or in the next month or so. So I didn't need to hop right back into training. So that is something you want to consider when you are trying to figure out what your recovery looks like. Is that your A race, or can you take some time to pull back, recover, and then ease back into training? So again, day two, feeling good still. Day three, I still rested. I, again, still felt like I could go for a run, go for a lift, but I decided to rest. 4 days later, which would have been Wednesday, I got in a maintenance lift because I knew I wanted to move my body. I didn't want to go super hard, so I went for about a RPE 6-ish just to move my body, get back into the swing of things, because I knew I'd probably be sore anyway, since it had already been about 2 weeks since I had last lifted. So something to keep in mind as well as when you're tapering, you're probably going to be pulling back from your lifts. So that can also impact what your first workout looks like post-race. From there, I did my first run on that Thursday, so the next day, and I kept it super short. I think I just did 2 miles, just wanted to get the legs moving again. I always feel like the first run after a race, you're like, how did I just run 13 miles? And then you go and run two, and you're like, this feels hard. So that was something I knew I just wanted to keep it short, just kind of get my mind back into the groove of running and then take it from there. Now, so I only took 4 days off from working out since the race. Now, that does not mean that you need to only take 4 days off from a race. Some people do 5 days, some people do 14 days. It really depends on how you feel like you performed, how you're recovering. But again, the things that really impact it are going to be your sleep, your fueling, and how you programmed. So if that's something that you're really trying to dial in, I would really recommend clicking the link in the description below to start training with us and have better programming so you can show up to your race feeling good and also have a better time post race. But the main thing is that if you're choosing to take 5 days off, 14 days off, or somewhere in between, that you're not letting that become 5 weeks or 5 months or anything like that, where once you hit that race, you're decided you're just going to hang up the hat for a little while. We want to make sure that both the race and your approach to fitness is going to be sustainable. So even if you have a big race and you're like, listen, I don't need to continue the same type of training. Once you train the marathon, you can pull back and say you want to maintain running 10 to 15 miles a week. That's totally fine. But we want to make sure that we're continuing some sort of consistency with strength training and cardiovascular training. So we're not just completely dropping that off, because ultimately fitness is for life. So we want to make sure that we're approaching it that way, even when we have fun things like a race or another type of a fitness event planned as well. So overall, my approach to post race is to make sure that you're fueling well, getting a lot of sleep, asking yourself what duration of time suits you for taking time off from training, and what that looks like to ease back into strength training and cardiovascular training without feeling like it's overwhelming, and making sure that it's in line with your long-term fitness goals. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, be sure to like, subscribe, and then we'll see you in the next one.